Good morning, 8th graders. This is Unit 11, Period 1, a Palestinian wedding. Now, in this period, we will come to see Palestinian weddings and wedding customs around the world. Now, have any of you had weddings in your family recently? Maybe your aunt, your sister, or your brother? What happens at a Palestinian wedding? Now, at least all of you have watched one Palestinian wedding and you are familiar of what happens there. For example, we have men dancing tabka and women putting henna on their hands. We have colorful dresses and evening dinner. Are Palestinian weddings different to weddings in other countries? Are they different from Indian weddings or from English weddings? We have too many different wedding customs around the world, and we'll come to see some of these in period 5. Now listen and repeat the words.
Activity 1. All right. Bride. Congratulations. DVD. Follow. Full. Groom. Guest.
Now let's discuss these words and find their meanings. The first word is alright. When you say that something is okay, something is well, you mean hasanan, alright. Next word, bride. You go to a wedding party and you see a beautiful woman who's wearing a beautiful white dress. We call her bride, arus. Now DVD, we use DVD to record videos and voices to see it later. So DVD جهاز فيديو. Now congratulations, you go to a wedding party and you say to the bride and groom congratulations or best wishes. So تهانينا. Follow, to walk behind someone else is to follow him. So follow يتبع. Full, when you put too many things in one container or when you eat too much food and you can't eat anymore, then you say I am full. I am full ممتلئ أو شبعان. Guest, so someone is looking at the door or someone is ringing the doorbell and you need to open the door and see who he is. So guest, ضيف. Now groom, you go to a wedding party and you see a man who's wearing a black suit. Groom, عريس. Now look at picture P on the next page and describe it. You see page 41. We have 3 pictures here, A, B, and C, and all of them talk about a wedding party. Now picture P in particular, what do you see here in the picture? Yes, we have a groom and the bride. What are they doing? Yes, they are sitting on 2 red chairs. And we have some women here. What are they doing? Yes, they are singing, dancing, or chatting. And of course, we have balloons, we have flowers. So this is a Palestinian wedding. Now look at picture P on the next page and describe it. Here we have some pieces of sentences. We need to match them to describe the picture. The first column, 1. This picture shows تظهر الصورة. 2. The bride is wearing ترتدي العروس. 3. She and the groom هي والعريس. 4. Some of the guests الضيوف. The second column are sitting high up يجلسون عاليا. A traditional Arab are standing and chatting يقفون ويتحدثون. And a beautiful white أبيض. The third column, below them في الأسفل, on 2 large red chairs كراسي, wedding dress فستان الزفاف and wedding party حفلة الزفاف. Now take your time, think and match them. So here are the answers. The first one, this picture shows a traditional Arab wedding party. 2. The bride is wearing a beautiful white wedding dress. 3. She and the groom are sitting high up on 2 large red chairs. 4. Some of the guests are standing and chatting below them. Now listen and answer the questions.
Period 1. Activity 3.
1. What does everyone agree to do in part 1 of the conversation? 2. What is part 2 of the conversation about, and which picture shows this? 3. Who is the man on a horse in picture A, and what is happening? 4. Is the wedding a large one or a small one? How do we know?
Now let's explain the questions. What does everyone agree to do in part 1 of the conversation? You see, the conversation we will come to see later has many parts. In part 1, they agree, اتفقوا, to do something. What is that thing? 2. What is part 2 of the conversation about? The second part of the conversation, what are they talking about? And which picture shows it? Which picture from the 3 pictures in page 41 relate to it? Now, who's the man on a horse in picture A? You see, we have a man riding a horse in picture A. Who may be? And what is happening there? ما الذي يحدث? And in question 4, is the wedding a large one or a small one? هل كان العرس كبير أم صغير? And how do we know? كيف يمكن أن نعرف? Now, we will come to answer the questions only after we read the conversation.
Period 1. Activity 4. Period 2. Activity 4. Mike and Tina are visiting the Carmels. 1.
Would you like another cake?
Yes, please. I'd love another one.
No thanks, Mrs. Carmel. I'm full. Who'd like to watch our cousin's wedding DVD? It's just arrived. I'd love to.
I prefer to play computer games. Come on, Mike. Say yes. Well, all right. 2.
Is this the wedding party?
No, it's Zahra. It's a party before the wedding day. The women are singing and the men are dancing the traditional dabka.
Everyone looks very happy.
3. What's happening now? We call this Zafar. That's our cousin on the horse. He's the groom. And he's riding round town to receive everyone's congratulations.
The bride's following in a car. People are giving her their best wishes. She looks beautiful.
4.
This is the wedding party. Look, the bride and groom are sitting in the centre.
There are hundreds of guests.
Yes, everyone goes to a Palestinian wedding. We love them.
It's so sad we couldn't go to this one.
5. And that's the end. So would you like to play computer games now, Mike? Thanks, but I'd prefer to watch the DVD again. It was fantastic.
Now let's explain the conversation. So Mike and Tina are visiting the Kamals. They are at their house. Now, in the first part of the conversation, Mrs. Kamal offers cake for Tina and Mike. Now, Mike says yes, he loves cakes, but Tina says no. Why? Because she's full. هي شبعانة. Now, Nadia offers them to watch their cousin's wedding DVD. عرضت عليهم مشاهدة DVD العرس. Now, Tina says yes, she loves that, but Mike was reluctant, كان متردد. Why? Because he prefers to play computer games. يفضل لعب ألعاب الكمبيوتر. But they persuaded him, أقنعوه. Sammy says, come on, Mike, say yes. And finally, Mike says yes, and finally he agrees. Now, in the second part of the conversation, Tina is asking about the wedding party. She questions what is happening here, but Mrs. Kamal explains that this is سهرة and it is a party before the wedding party. هي حفلة ما قبل العرس, and the women are singing and the men are dancing the traditional dabka, and Tina feels that everyone is happy. Now in the third part of the conversation, Mike is asking about what is happening, and Sammy explains to him that we call this الزفة, and what is happening in الزفة, that's the groom is on a horse, riding a horse round town, حول البلدة, and everyone giving him their best wishes or congratulations, وجميع الأهالي يرحبون ويباركون به. Now Nadia says that the bride's following in a car. تكون العروس في سيارة تلحقه, and people are giving her their best wishes. And Tina feels that she looks beautiful. تبدو العروس جميلة. Now in the fourth part of the conversation, we come to the wedding party day, يوم الزفاف. Here, what is happening? The bride and groom are sitting in the center. يجلس العريس والعروس في المنتصف, up above everyone else, عاليا. And we have, this is a large wedding party because we have hundreds of guests, مئات من الضيوف. Now Sammy says that they love Palestinian wedding, they love going to Palestinian weddings, يحبون الذهاب إلى الأعراس الفلسطينية. But Nadia feels sad. Why? Because she couldn't attend this one. لم تحضر هذا العرس. Now in the last part of the conversation, they finished the wedding DVD, and Sammy asks Mike if he still, إذا ما زال, wants to play computer game. But surprisingly, بشكل مفاجئ, Mike says no, he doesn't want to play computer games, but he wants to watch the DVD again. يريد مشاهدة DVD مرة أخرى. Why? Because it was too fantastic. Now let's come back to the questions. Question 1. What does everyone agree to do in part 1 of the conversation? They agreed to watch the wedding video. وافقوا على مشاهدة الفيديو. Tina says quickly yes. Mike was reluctant, but finally he agrees. Now 2. What is part of the conversation about, and which picture shows this? يعني it was about زفة or سهرة or about the wedding day. Yes, it was about Sahra. And which picture? It is picture C. And who's the man on a horse in a picture A? And what is happening? So it is Sammy's cousin, or it is the groom, and he's riding around the town to receive everyone's congratulations. Is the wedding a large one or a small one? How do we know? As we explained earlier, it is a large one because Tina says there are hundreds of guests. Now, everyday English, we have here these expressions. Come on, say yes. We use this expression when we want to persuade someone to agree. نقنع شخص ما بالموافقة. So we say, come on, هيا, say yes. Another expression, well, alright, when you agree to do something, you say, well, حسنا, alright, or okay. Thanks for watching.